Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn to interpret bar graphs. Now, again, the most important part of interpreting or answering questions is to read the question carefully and to recognize the information in the graph or picture that they give you. So we have volleyball, basketball, water polo, and baseball. And these are active players on a sports team. Active meaning they're the ones that are actually on the field playing. They're not the people sitting on the bench. Now it says if each person can only be on one team, so you're not going to duplicate, people can't be on multiple teams, how many players would it take to make a water polo team and a baseball team? So I need to find the water polo and the baseball team and find out how many active players on each, 7 and 9, and add those two together. 7 and 9 give me a total of 16 players, or 16 players you'd need to have an active water polo and baseball if they weren't sharing people on a team. Here it says, how many pumpkins in total did the pumpkin patch sell on Tuesday and Wednesday? So again, as we look at this, is there pumpkins sold Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? We want to know how many were sold on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I need to add the total of 100 plus what they sold on Wednesday, which is 10. So that's 110. Again, just be careful as you read. And it's surprising how many people go into life not being able to understand graphs and stuff, which are in papers and on the news all the time. And this is something you will see. How much more does a brooch cost in the gold style than in the topaz style? Brooch, anklets, brooch style then, and we want to know how much does a gold then topaz. So here's gold, here's topaz. We're looking brooches, so we're looking at the blue, and we say the blue in the gold is 100, where the blue in the topaz is only 85. How much more is that? What's 100 minus 85? 15. It's $15 more to get a brooch in gold than in topaz. So again, you're going to get a lot of extra information, and it's just trying not to get yourself confused or getting confused with that extra information. If you put all their laps together, how many laps did Ariana and Florence swim? So again, we're talking Ariana and Florence. We're not talking Owen or Keith. So I'm going to look at just Ariana and Florence. Ariana did 90 laps, where Florence did 40 laps. So 90 and 40 together is 130. 130 laps. So again, as you get higher, they'll probably get a little more complex. Here it says, how many ride tickets did the amusement park sell on Thursday? Well, that's easier. Tickets sold. As I look at this, tickets sold day, Thursday, come out here Thursday, they sold 729 tickets. 729 tickets. So it wasn't any more difficult once I even jumped up a level. Let's jump up another level in 81. In 1995, what was Columbia's GDP per capita? And if you're not sure what GDP is, price or per capita gross domestic product. Gross domestic product. This is a good time to actually understand some wording. Gross domestic product. So social studies teacher, Mr. Yamada, had his teachers track down and record the per capita gross domestic product of a variety of countries. And they want to know in 1995, what was Columbia's? So 1995 is blue. That's this little table over here says, or this. Yeah, right here, 1995. I'm trying to remember what this is called. It's the label of the table. And then we go to the blue then, and we go to Columbia. Columbia, blue, we go up to the top. 2,500 was the total gross domestic product. Let's jump one more, since it allows us to go into the 90s. If you make it to the 90s, again, how many flowers did the florist sell in November? Again, some are so easy. November, this is the flowers sold, and they only want the number sold in November, which is 30,000. 30,000. I think most of you will fly through this lesson very quickly. If you do end up having any questions, oh, look, we got multiple graphs on this one. So let's look at this one. Some directors compared how much each movie cost to produce. Ultimate Horror was $550,549, where Welcome Spring was $550,553. Which bar graph shows the same data? So Ultimate Horror movie production cost. Ultimate Horror was $550,549, where the Welcome Spring was $550,553, not 51. 5,553. Ultimate Horror was 5,000. So it's this bottom one. So I guess I click on that. Yep, I click on the bottom one and hit submit. So again, if you have questions, please do bring them to class.